What is going on, my friends? Judith Vergara here, coming into you for episode 12. A dozen episodes already, eh? Episode 12 of The Daily Whip-sdom, where I give you daily tips from the whip to keep your mindset and your strategies lean and mean for your business. So, today, I'm going to talk to you about watering your own damn grass, meaning stop comparing yourself to others, okay? And this is imperative that you do, okay? Because, much like every other episode, let's flash back to an earlier time in my life. Flashback to the year of 2012, right? I was fresh out of college. I was bitter, depressed about everything else, pretty much just bitter, depressed about how everything's not working out in my favor, about how I'm upset that nothing is happening for me, right? So I was all upset about all of that, and pretty much, I'm upset that I don't have a job offer right out of the gate, unlike a lot of my college friends who had a job offer months before graduation, and every time I receive a text message or an email or a text or a phone call, one of my college friends telling me that, oh hey, look, I got a job offer, I'm starting this and that, and I get very bitter, right? I pretend that I'm happy for them, but in reality I was getting very bitter about it. I keep asking myself, what do they have that I don't? And I was crying myself to sleep. I was going to bed bitter. I wake up and the first thought I have is, fuck, here we go again, right? Another day of failure and all that stuff. It wasn't until I finally swallowed my pride and asked my mom for help, and she hooked me up with a job as a server, right? That everything in my perspective has changed, right? And she got me a job, and it's something to get me out of the house, expose me to new things, and hopefully wash the depression down a bit. And it did water down the depression, right? I was starting to, I was genuinely happy doing that job. I was genuinely happy doing that job, and I made new friends. And then that's when my light bulb moment of starting my own entrepreneurial journey at the age of 21 came about, right? And that became successful and all that stuff. And then I just put my head down and start working. I stopped looking what other people are doing and stopped comparing their journey to my journey, and finally understood that I have a different journey from them. Their journey is different from mine, right? That there's probably a backstory somewhere in there that I don't know of, right? Much like they don't know of the backstory to my success, really, right? That how I'm able to accomplish all of this. I'm now 26, and I've gone really far in my life, right? And they don't really know the backstory to that, right? And I get some people coming up to me and saying, how did you do this in such a short amount of time? When in reality, it's not really a short amount of time. It was long and grueling. And anyway, so that's what I learned, is to stop comparing myself and just keep working towards, my goals. And come October of 2013, I finally got a job offer. My then janitorial business finally got its first client, right? Everything happened all at once, right? Which, I got a job offer from a company that really catapulted me to where I am today in my career. And that's why it's going to make it hard. That's why the next couple of weeks will be really hard for me as this company really catapulted me to where I am today. They became family. I made really good friends from it. That's why the next couple of weeks will be tough for me as I finally say goodbye and part ways to them, onto a new adventure. And more on that later on another episode, right? So anyway, you have to understand that once you're surrounded, right? Like, as an entrepreneur, you surround yourself with fellow entrepreneurs, right? Because that's the ideal. That's how you really kick up your mindset up a notch, right? Is you surround yourself with people. But the thing is with that is you see them breaking through, in a short amount of time. They hit the 4-figure mark, the 5-figure mark, the 6, the 7-figure mark, and you get upset because you still haven't made your first sale, or you made your first sale but you could barely break the 4-figure mark or the 5-figure mark that you've been trying to crack for the last while. But understand that those success stories are it's, if you've read the book Outliers, right, you'll have to understand that there's a series of events that led up to that, and it's not exactly just, you know, $10,000 in 90 days. No, it's probably like 10 years ago. They started 10 years ago and they finally broke through. It's probably something like that, okay? You know, so understand that it's not always what it seems, and just stop comparing yourself to others. You have to water your own damn grass, right? Or else you have to stop asking yourself that what are they doing that I'm not doing? What do they have that I don't? Because it's really just gonna make you bitter. It would be that heavy thing that would weigh you down when you go to bed at night, right? It would be that heavy thing. That's the exact same question that made me go to bed bitter, that made me cry myself to sleep. Okay, it's still tough to talk about up until today, because that was a really dark time in my life. But yeah, it's all about stop comparing yourself to them. And when you do see their successes, and it's inevitable that you don't, especially if you're sharing the same system, if you're in the same network marketing opportunity, if you're in the same, you know, niche, it would be inevitable that you see their successes. When you do see it, take it from a point of inspiration as opposed to a point of you know, a point of comparison to them, you know. See it as, oh, okay, so that's awesome, they're breaking through. That if it's possible for them, then I don't see why it's not possible for myself as well, right? Because that's exactly what it is. If they could break through, then so can you. What makes you any different? It's not that they have something that you don't, right? It's just that you're still probably early on in your journey, or either that, or you're just missing one piece of the puzzle before it finally happens, or your breakthrough is just around the corner. You just have, the universe is ready to give it to you. It's just that the universe is just waiting for you to really, you know, show up for it. That's all, right? It could be just that. So stop comparing yourself and understand that your journey is different from their journey, and you know, if it's possible for them, then it's very much possible for you, okay? So stop comparing yourself. Just keep your head down and keep pounding through it, you know, work, because you know what, believe it or not, your breakthrough is just around the corner. And the 7-figure success in a short amount of time, understand that came with a long and grueling process along the way before they came to that, okay? Okay, understand that, okay? It's not all glitz and glamour, okay? Of course, we're only gonna show you the glitz and glamour, right? That's what you want to see. It's all market research, right? Because when you do compare yourself to the 6-7-figure earners out there, or people that are breaking the 4-figure mark within like 30 days, or the 5-figure mark within like 60 days, right? If you're comparing yourself to them, look at it this way, okay? If you're in theater, you're pretty much comparing your backstage, you know, your backstage production to their main highlight, right? I forgot the exact terminology. I haven't done theater since the 6th grade. You're comparing, you know, if you're comparing yourself to their successes, to where you currently are now, you're doing it at a very big disadvantage, because again, you're comparing your backstage production to their main highlight, okay? That's what you're doing. That's why it will make you feel a little bit down, because you start to think that you're just not made for this, when the reality is you are very much cut out for this, okay? Just the fact that you're watching this video today, up until this minute, we're nearing the end here, then that means you are pretty much committed to your growth. You are committed to your growth as a person, as an entrepreneur. You're committed to the growth of your business, right? So understand, again, I'm gonna repeat it, okay? Stop comparing yourself to others and just water your own damn grass. Stop comparing your backstage to their main highlight, okay? To the highlight of their show. Stop comparing your backstage to the highlight of their show, okay? It's imperative that you do. All right, it's gonna do your mindset wonders, trust me. All right, so that's it. That's the message for today. Hope you got tons of value out of today's short rant. I don't know how to put it, right? Short rant or short video. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. And hey, if you're an action taker, I'd like to help you become my next 6-figure success story. Head over to judyvergara.com/strategy where I'll give you free 30-minute strategy sessions. You know, where we're gonna sit down and talk about everything you have in place in your business, what's working and what's not working for you. And yeah, then after the session, we'll have a strong plan of action for you to take action upon to take your business to the next level. Okay, so head over to judyvergara.com/strategy. And if you missed the first part of this video, I'm gonna be ending this, so if you're catching the replay, again, don't forget to like, share, and comment. All right, so we'll talk to you later. All right, cheers.